Hi, friends. I'm Lauren.
And I'm Katie, and welcome to Okay, But Did You Know? A podcast where we talk about the TV and media that we love with a friend who's never seen it before.
Today, we're recapping and chatting about Once Upon a Time, episode 414, Enter the Dragon. This episode aired on March 15th, 2015. It was written by David H. Goodman and Jerome Schwartz, and was directed by Ralph Hemmiger. And I can't read this while looking at Katie anymore now.
I'm looking away.
Now, before we get into our recapping and chatting, and I can almost guarantee this episode is just going to be us talking about Dragon Queen, quite frankly, let's go over a synopsis for Enter the Dragon. In the Enchanted Forest, still struggling to get her revenge on Snow, Regina looks in her mother's things and finds a spell book by Maleficent, the famous sorceress whose dragon fire burned so hot that a tree was still on fire decades later. Annoyed by Regina's attempts at a shortcut to her magic, Rumple sends her to Maleficent to teach her a lesson where Regina sees that Maleficent is no longer the powerful sorceress she was. She's lost her fire after she gave up on her revenge a long time ago. On her way home, Regina learns that Princess Aurora is to be wed, and hopes that this anger will reignite her fire and her magic. They're nearly captured by King Stefan, and in trying to protect Regina, Maleficent is able to turn into a dragon once more. Together, they enact a bit of Maleficent's revenge, and put Aurora under a sleeping curse, ensuring her true love can't save her. And Regina did learn something from her new teacher. To kill Snow isn't enough. To get her revenge, she'll have to find a different way to take away the things she loves. And in Storybrooke, Regina is going undercover to find out what the Queens of Darkness are really planning. After a night of drunken debauchery and property damage, they trust her enough to give her a few more pieces of the plan. With Maleficent, she'll have to get back Pinocchio so that they can try their hands at questioning him. Meanwhile, Gold needs something. Going undercover himself, disguised as Killian, he tricks Belle into getting him the dagger under the guise that he'll keep it safe somewhere else. Now that Regina has helped the queens capture Pinocchio and bring him back to Gold's cabin, the Dark One reveals himself to be very much back in town and divulges the next part of their plan. No amount of torture will make the boy remember, but by turning him back into the man he used to be, August might be able to answer their questions.
We'll get to that later, but
Let's just start with that opening scene real fast because
oh my god,
the whole thing, and I'm just going to recite it for you because it's just worth reciting, honestly. So the rumors are true. You are back from the ashes. What are you doing here, Regina? Making it easier for you. If you want to try to kill me, I'm right here. So that's why you think I'm back to kill you. I trapped you underground for 30 years, and you're not big on forgiveness. That's true, but what you did is nothing in the grand scheme. There are far worse crimes that must be answered for. Careful, darling, she's thick as thieves with those heroes. Not by choice. You know how badly I wanted my revenge. But in this town, I had to play nice to survive. Alone, watching them enjoy the happiness I was denied. If you're planning on destroying some of that happiness, I want in. You can't expect us to believe that. Of course she doesn't. That's why she's here. She wants us to see she's still one of us. I am. Then let's find out. Are you still a bad girl, Regina? The worst.
and I was like, Lana ate this up. Like you could almost see the joy in her face of getting to do this again because it's been so long.
Oh yeah, I learned something about filming that scene because that apparently was a reshoot. They had to do it again because apparently the energy between Lana and Kristen just wasn't as intense as they wanted. And I can almost get the idea when she raises her eyebrow at Mal. Essentially, what the director had done was in either of their ears, without telling the other one, just told them, do whatever you have to do to get that energy up, to get her pissed off at you. So essentially, and then you had Marin just yelling at Kristen, do it as Pam, do it as Pam. So essentially, what you had was Kristen Bauer doing her Pam voice, going okay, listen to me, you fucking bitch. Essentially. And so I get the sense that Lana raising her eyebrows is the first time they did that. And her just kind of going, oh, it's on. Because you have that. And then so Lana is then going full on Puerto Rican Brooklyn, just from the streets to it, everything. So it's just the two of them basically cursing each other out when it's not their coverage. And unfortunately, that is it. The blooper of that was shown at the wrap party. Unfortunately, it does not exist for public consumption. It's not safe for Disney.
Not safe for Disney. I love that.
Not safe for Disney.
I oddly love that because that could mean so many different things.
Yeah, but yeah, I think it's the two of them just cursing at each other, I think is what they don't want the public to see. I think that goes against the Disney brand personally.
Which is so funny because it is the villains.
Oh, yeah.
It's not like Snow White's doing it. It's Maleficent and the Evil Queen.
I know.
Like, that would be great to see.
But despite the tentacle porn jokes, this is still a family show.
Not a family podcast.
No, not a family podcast.
Why? I did question why Cora had Maleficent's spellbook, though.
Yeah, that's also a good question, and I
We
don't
don't
know.
have an answer
We
to
don't
that. Okay.
No, we don't. I think the implication is that I think the fact that Cora has Maleficent's spellbook is just to further the idea that Mal is immortal.
Okay,
'Cause
I
she's
get
been
that.
around for a while. Like, I mean, obviously, the
Cora's been dead for a hot minute.
Cora's been dead, or Cora's been at least at that point, Cora's been banished for a good while. And, I mean, I know part of what they say of her backstory is that, the tree is still on fire half a lifetime later. Obviously, Maleficent's beef is mostly with Aurora's parents, so that it just all kind of furthers the idea that Mal has been around for a while.
Okay, that makes sense.
That's all I got. There's no answer. I would love one, personally.
I did also have a money moment. I can speak. I had a moment where I'm just like, they're always feeding Henry sweets.
Yeah.
Like, it's been a constant. You see the boy, and the next thing you know, he's being handed some form of sweet, and I'm just the one sitting here like, take him to a dentist, please.
What was he eating in this episode?
I don't remember if it was like a donut or a cookie, but it was
Oh,
definitely like it might have been something along those. It was like pastry-esque.
okay.
But I'm just kinda sitting here, I'm like, every time I try, "Let's go get ice cream." He's being handed sweets. It's always the hot chocolate, and I'm just kinda like,
He eats a lot in the show.
he eats a lot, but it's always sweets.
Well, they gave him pizza back in season 2.
Not that that's any better, but
It was the New York pizza and his
I
brilliant
mean, you gotta
comeback.
have New York pizza in New York.
It was his brilliant comeback of "It's delicious, cheesy, and doesn't lie."
I'll always love that, honestly.
Uh-huh.
Regina,
Yeah.
just everything. But her actually getting drunk with them and them deciding, "Let's party."
Yeah.
All while Maleficent is dressed like a mob boss.
Yeah, I think, they said that the inspiration with her Storybrooke outfit is, like, Chinatown kind of esque, so it's very much like Mob Boss.
It's very much mob boss. But then, like, I just keep getting clips from A Simple Favor 2 of Blake Lively in that horrible mob boss outfit of her own,
Mhm.
and I'm like, "Is this back in style now?"
No, I think it's just I think she just thought it was. I think Kristen
I
Bauer
think she
wears it
just thought
better
it was.
personally.
She does wear it better.
Oh, yeah.
The hair is correct. I think that's
Yes.
what does it for me. The hair is perfect
I think also she's just
with
a
the way
nicer
they
person. The actor is.
I'm gonna say, wait a minute, are you saying Maleficent is nicer than Blake
Honestly,
Lively?
you know what? I mean, I know I did mean it as the actress, but quite frankly, yeah, I probably would say that also.
Oh, shit. I did love the moment, "Find another hobby," because then I wrote, "But then where would we be if Regina gave up?"
This is true. She can't find another hobby. It would break the plot.
100%.
Yeah.
Just, the random pills, no pill bottle.
Yeah.
Like, I love how I feel like it is that moment of like, "See, magic is different here."
Yeah. So it's yes, well, that's why Mal she's like, "Don't worry, it's not poison. They're aspirin. They're good
But,
for
like,
the
that's why
pain."
I'm like, "Where's a pill bottle? Just hand her a pill bottle."
You know,
Like, she just
she
2 little white pills. I'm like, "I've been here before, and it wasn't a good place."
well, I imagine it's very similar to was it's the line from Princess Diaries, "It's not appropriate for royalty to jingle." So, it's not appropriate for villains to shake like maracas, I guess.
Okay, but imagine if they did.
I
I'm
mean,
now thinking Ursula with the tentacles but shaking like maracas.
but my brain just goes to Cruella 1000% just has pills in her bag and, like, on her person somewhere.
Oh, Cruella definitely has pills all over her.
She's drunk 90% of the time.
The other line that I did put was like, "I said we needed to meet covertly. Now I see you've brought the entire charming softball team and their pirate mascot."
It's a good dig. It's a little bit of a
So
clunky line, though.
it's a little clunky, but it's so funny.
Yeah.
I absolutely like the pirate mascot is what got me.
Yeah.
And then I got really excited. I'm like, "Yes, dragon time." Or not.
Or not.
Like, I really had that moment. I was like gearing up. I'm sitting in this
Mhm.
chair, like, "Yes, here we go. Yay, dragon." And then I was like, "Oh,
Uh-huh.
oh no.
Who knew?
I didn't get what I wanted."
Well, you got it eventually. It just took a while.
I mean, talk about some edging, but that's not what I was asking for here.
We didn't
Um,
consent to this.
I didn't consent to this edging. Could we not do that to me again, please? I just wanted a dragon. Yeah, this is so not for children.
No, it's not. I mean, we always mark these as explicit, but, like, this arc specifically, because the amount of tentacle jokes I have for the next few episodes, honestly.
But no, Rumple pretending to be Hook checks out. So I would like to know how hard Belle hits her head before she decides to go back to this man.
Um, I can't really tell you that, so
No, I know, but I'm also like, what could make her go back to this? Because I know
I
she's going
would
to.
love to tell you that, but I can't.
Because I know she's going to, but I'm not
Yeah, at some
happy
point.
about it.
Yeah.
But like, and Killian did a phenomenal job. Like the whole like, because it's hard to be yourself pretending that you're someone else is being you.
Yeah.
Because it had its little like you could kind of tell. Obviously, you could tell something was off
Yeah.
because he did it that way. But he did it in like just such a freaking good job of doing so.
Yeah.
Because we've seen this before in the show, and it's not always the best. Like the kid that plays Henry, he did a phenomenal job pretending to be Peter Pan. The other
Mhm.
kid, he's a great actor. He's really great at Peter Pan. Didn't play a great Henry.
Yeah.
So like it is a difficult thing to do, and I think Killian did top-notch job. Like, it
Yeah, I
was
do.
pretty convincing.
Yeah, this was a case of I really do wonder because I know with the past with, like, with, Joanna Swisher, who did,
Mhm,
Garcia, who did, Ariel, who was actually Zelina, and pretty much the direction she got was play it as if you're Ariel up until that very last second. Like, they just told her, like, "Don't play it as there's anything underlying." So
mhm.
I do wonder what direction they gave Colin and, like, how much he was supposed to see through. Because watching this so many times, knowing that big reveal and knowing where it's kind of, like, where it's really, like, before they officially show it, like, knowing the
Yeah,
moment that they really reveal it, a lot of, like, what they have him say does feel very much like Rumple badly
mhm.
being Killian.
It does.
The pirate oath thing gets me every time, like, "Is that the best you could really come up with, Rumple?
It's
The
horrible. Like,
pirate's oath?"
come on, man.
But I do wonder how much because he does such a good job. Colin does such a good job with it.
It's like the pining. That man knows how to pine
Yeah, and he
after a
does.
woman. He does. He knows how to get that look of jealousy and pining down, and I think that's what really sells it
Mhm.
more than anything else is that. And then I just had that lovely moment of, I'm like, "I'm sorry, but just bringing August back,
Yeah.
okay."
Mhm.
Like, great to see him. I love him. I think
Yeah.
he's great. He's cute.
Mhm. He's
How's this gonna help? What are we doing?
he's more useful than Pinocchio. He has his memories.
I just didn't know they could do that.
Yeah, well, it's a case of the Dark One's magic is very ambiguous, and you kinda just assume it's a honestly, the easiest way to configure it is just assume the Dark One's magic is equal in power to Blue's.
Oh, wow.
Just assume that. It's just flip-flopped. Blue is light magic, he's dark magic. Like, that's the
That's
easiest
crazy.
because the Dark One the thing we'll learn more we'll learn a lot more actually about the Dark One and the lore behind that next season. But with every iteration of the Dark One, they learn new things. Like we saw that, he's the
Mhm.
only one that got the power of foresight. Because he's the one that got that he gained that power and stuff like that. So with every iteration that they learn new things, they accumulate more darkness and more power and everything. So it's just safe to assume his power is equal in might to Blue. So if Blue could turn him back to Pinocchio, he can turn him back to August.
So hopefully someone helps him get back to Pinocchio.
But why make him go through puberty twice is my question.
I mean as long as he's not turning to wood anymore, I guess we're good.
Yeah, that's the important part. He's not.
But not he's not turning to wood anymore.
Now
Good,
he's good.
good, good, good. I like August. I'm
Yeah.
excited to see August again.
Mhm.
Um, and I'm really I'm really excited for the entire plot with the author
Yeah.
because it's still very much being sprinkled in. We're not to the meat of it yet,
Yeah.
but God, I can't wait because I eat. This is the type of stuff I love. I eat this up. I love it so much. When you're this much of a reader, you're like, yes,
Mhm.
please, let's get. Who's the author? Who's writing these stories? It's
Yeah.
going to be a lot of fun, I think.
Yeah, we'll get more author is gonna be more in, Best Laid Plan. So in 2 episodes, we'll get more author stuff.
I can live with that. That's not that bad. It's not like, the whole time where it's like, just wait till you get to season 4.
Yeah.
Like, it's nice when it's like, oh no, we're there. It's
Oh, yeah.
okay.
No, yeah,
It's good. I
it's
don't
a
have to
it
cry,
it's a well spaced out arc.
which is nice.
Yeah.
We
So
don't get things like that anymore.
no, we don't, because everything is so smushed together, you know? So I got some fun facts for you. I got some videos. Actually, I do have a video that I do wanna have you watch And honestly, it's so short and it's not like copyrighted.
Mhm.
So honestly, we can probably leave the audio in if I can get the timing of it right to just
Oh, cool.
if I'll try. But before I get to that, we have our regular fun facts for Enter the Dragon. So it was confirmed by Jane Espenson that the Killian we see obviously in the very beginning when he's saying what happened in the diner, and the Killian we see in the library is Killian. Those are the only times that when we see him, it's actually him.
Okay.
Every other time it's Rumple.
Because they don't, yeah, like it just, you don't know till the end.
Exactly. Of course, I mean, this was in the wiki, but like, it's also a case of like, this is more of an offhand comment than that she said. But yeah, I'm going with it anyway. According to Kristen Bauer, the chemistry between Maleficent and Regina was intentionally portrayed to hint at them having a romantic relationship because, like,
Thank goodness.
the two of them get on so well, and like, I think that's more. I think it's less of she said yes, they intentionally did that, and more in fans asked, and she said, yeah, I could see that happening. That's more a case of where that is. But
Because I am here for Dragon Queen. Like, I thought Spoon Queen was my favorite. We found a new favorite.
it's Dragon Queen because
It's Dragon Queen.
you can't convince me that didn't happen. I'll be quite honest. But this is also just a fan, thing after the fact. But in the Enchanted Forest look for Mal, a bunch of fans were calling it the Gold Dust Mal look because it was very Stevie Nicks aesthetic wise. That was the inspiration. It's
Ooh,
just really cool.
I like that. You
Yeah.
know me and Stevie Nicks. I like
Mhm.
that. Like, you can't be a witch and not be into Stevie Nicks,
Oh
okay?
yeah,
Like, it's in our blood.
yeah. While sitting at her dresser, Aurora is humming the tune of "Once Upon a Dream," which I actually didn't really pick up on. You have to like really listen carefully
Oh.
for that.
Oh, the shock of me being like, "Oh, yeah, she is Aurora." I'm
That is
sitting here
Aurora.
well, I was out there thinking I completely forgot she was Aurora, so I'm sitting there like, "Oh, yeah, yeah, no,
Yeah.
Aurora, who's that gonna be?" My dumbass, as soon as she pops up, I was like, "Oh, yeah, we've already met her.
Yeah, we already kind of know what happened there.
We know what happens there.
Yeah.
Oops."
According to the picture of Emma's GPS, Marco's shop is 2 blocks away from the Storybrooke Library, so no one's driving all that far. I do like the aesthetic that is the self-driving car. Um, but you can clearly see them wearing their seatbelts, like that story that I told last week. Like they had to reshoot. Like, wait, you need your seatbelts on. This is Disney.
Yeah. It was a nice little thing though, like, that and the inside of the car, like, I never realized
It's so tiny, and Kristen's so tall,
yeah, but, like, the fuzzy?
so
It's very
fuzzy.
fuzzy
It's
inside?
so fuzzy. That's very
That is
Cruella.
that it's very, very Cruella. I just didn't realize it until now because
Yeah.
you get to actually see more of the
Uh-huh.
interior, I feel, in this one, and I'm just kinda sitting there like, "I wanna sleep in the back
You'll
of your car."
funny you say that. Because
Oh.
apparently, so Marin Dungy was flying back and forth a lot more than the rest of them because she had young kids at the time. So when they're filming one of the scenes in the car, uh, it's like 3 AM and, like, apparently she literally kept falling asleep.
Oh.
So, basically and she really only had, like, one line in, like, the entire scene with them on the train tracks. So, essentially, they would, like, do the scene, and then Kristen would just poke her to wake her up. She'd, like, perk up, deliver her line beautifully, and then fall back asleep.
I feel like I would be like that too.
Like, that's such a mom thing, like, you're like, "Oh, I'm
It
here."
really is.
Like, it's like, if you don't like it, save us." Like,
Love
that's what it feels
that.
like.
Well, I mean, it's so cozy back there probably
Right?
anyways too. She's all
Exactly.
cozy.
Yeah. So, apparently, when Regina's waiting outside the library for Mal as the car is making its way down the road, there's a vertical sign, next to the cannery that they didn't change. It still says the Steveston Hotel.
Oh, goodness.
And additionally, when Emma is following Krilla's car, the car turns, and you can kind of that's where you see the cannery in the background. However, the sign on the Gulf of Georgia cannery, which is what the actual cannery is called, can be seen. They didn't fully finish covering the sign, so it's very quick. But what it actually reads is the Gulf Free Book Cannery because like they left the beginning of it on,
Oh my
which I
goodness.
find that funny. But I'm gonna see if I can get this to work. We've tried screen sharing before, and it's been taken out because it didn't work. But I'm actually playing a video in like a Chrome tab, so this should work. Because this is a case of this is in the blooper reel, but this is the video that you can see in the blooper reel. One of them is taking, and it is
Okay.
the four ladies in the middle of the night on the train tracks trying to stay awake, in the car. So you should be able to hear this, and hopefully I'll be able to put this all in so we could because this is a quick like 30-second video.
Yeah.
So
Make
this
my screen slightly bigger.
and this is also like a case of like it's not like an actual snippet from the show, therefore this isn't copyrighted. It's a
It's
bad
behind the scenes.
it's got music in it, but not enough that I think this is really gonna matter. mostly you're gonna have the people talking over it anyway. So is your screen appropriately sized?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Let's do this. Can you hear it?
Yeah.
Jesus, that does sound. There's the real train on that side. Oh, it's too tricky. We have to do the dance. Woo! Come on. And the feeling is right.
You can hear the train.
You don't have to do it. Oh, I can feel wigs moving at different times to me.
Wait, let me get you.
You don't have to show it. We don't have time for acting, we're dancing. All right, we're getting ready.
But my favorite part of that is Vic's commentary of her wig is moving at a different time than her, and then what you end up with is my favorite bit of, we don't have time for acting, we're dancing.
I love that so much. That was funny. Because it sounds like, as we can hear, they're waiting for the train to pass so they can do their scene.
Exactly. So it's them trying to stay awake in the middle of the night, and you got all that. But really, you can see how crammed it is in that back seat with Kristen.
Oh, she's so tall.
Because Kristen, she's so tall. She's like almost 6 feet tall. So like, and then she's also probably wearing heels. And
to be all the way up there.
It'd be nice. So it's that's a video that basically as soon as we started the podcast, I made sure I found.
Oh, I love that.
Because there's that, and there's a story about a blooper that's not in the blooper reel, but it's from the season 4 finale. And I had been trying to find it for a video for TikTok for like weeks, but it's like there's nothing about it that is really searchable. Like it's hard to find it. However, randomly after we started the podcast, we had just started, that video popped up in my recommended videos. So I saved it, and that is why I have a whole page in my Notion spread that is videos I may need at some point.
Oh my God.
I've had
Which means they're all labeled for when you think you may need them.
Exactly. They're all labeled with like the timing and everything like that. And I also have a meme to show you at some point. Maybe I can show you that now. That's not getting posted only because the original account doesn't exist anymore. So the only way to show the meme to the masses would be to share my Tumblr, and that is never fucking happening.
One day I'll know what your Tumblr is, but then you'll also know mine. So
yeah, it ain't happening. But this is a meme that is it's just ridiculous, but it uses screenshots of this. I can read you what the meme says for everybody else. But it's screenshots of the episode. So we have Regina, I want a dragon for Christmas. Rumple, be more realistic, please. Regina, okay, I want a girlfriend. Rumple, what color do you want your dragon?
I forgot about these. And then the dragon.
And then there's the dragon. And then her Maleficent. Regina, I got both. I'm so awesome. Go me.
Oh my God. Yeah, that's a good meme.
It's a good meme that cannot be shared because the only way to show it is on my Tumblr, and that is never happening.
You say that. You said you'd never share your fan fiction with me either, and look where we are.
You're different, but also a case of if you read the stuff that I put on the Tumblr, there's going to be spoilers.
Okay, so that's my gift for finishing Once Upon a Time. Your Tumblr username.
If the internet hasn't burned down by then, yeah.
I know. The amount of times I'm on like YouTube, it's like, is the internet dead now? And I'm like, please don't be fully deceased. Like, I need a corner of it, please.
Mm-hmm. But so much in this episode that I love, especially in the Enchanted Forest stuff, is I love Lana's performance because it's such a, she's timeline wise, she's still the young queen. Like we can see Snow is basically a teenager from what we can see like in that faraway shot. So you have that juxtaposition of young queen Regina mannerisms and ways of thinking and the voice that she uses with very decidedly evil queen actions and words, which is just like really fucking cool to watch.
It is.
Because she's so good. Like I strive to have this level of acting one day.
But like imagine doing all that though. She's having to act like a younger, like in that transition of her younger self while going from doing better, but then she gets to be the evil queen again. Like that is that is range.
It's range.
That is a monumental amount of range. She is. I need to watch everything she's ever been in at this point, but that means watching a J-Lo movie. So, sacrifices must be made.
Sacrifices must be made. Well, what's funny is towards the end of the show, because actors, good actors, they're always looking for inspiration to find new things to pull from. And she said, by the time they're getting into like the 6th or 7th season, she's like Googling famous villains of movie and film and everything. And the issue is when she would start Googling that, she'd get herself.
Oh my goodness.
She's like, "I'm glad y'all think I know what I'm doing. I don't."
Yes, she does.
I was like, "I need inspiration."
Do you know which talent you've got to have to be able to just wing it and be this amazing?
She well, the thing is she doesn't wing it. She really puts a lot of work into it, which is
That's fair.
very, very, evident in the way that she portrays these characters.
Well, I guess that's imposter syndrome comes
Yeah.
for us all.
Yeah, it does. Doesn't matter where you're at. I feel like the unhealthy people are the ones that don't have a little bit of imposter syndrome.
Yeah.
Like, I think there's a little bit of it that is healthy.
Like, you need to have at least a little bit to humble yourself, I
Yeah.
feel. Because
Yeah, I
if
would
you
agree.
don't have any and you have what you think is talent, other people will humble you.
Exactly.
You need to be able to humble yourself a little bit.
Yeah. Like, I say this, like, whenever I go to karaoke and stuff, and, like, I think I've told you this, that I feel like my time in musical theater in high school, in the ensemble, truly has traumatized me and messed with my brain chemistry because and also, to be fair, the singing voice I have now as an almost 30-year-old adult is probably the voice I thought I had at 14, and that's just not how vocal cords work,
Yep.
generally speaking. So there's that. But, like, when I do sing at karaoke and people have quite literally walked across bars to tell me they liked my song that I
Mhm.
performed, which is very kind. And I always feel like my humbleness of, like, 'cause I'm just not used to that because being in the ensemble all the time makes you kind of feel a little bit like
Uh-huh.
you're good, but not that good. Like, that's always how it feels.
It's the same when you're in chorus, but you never get solos.
Yeah. It's like, you're okay to be here, but, like,
Mhm.
don't try too hard. So, like, that's how it always feels. So when people happens, I'm like, "Oh, thank you so much." And, like, but I always feel like my humbleness makes me seem like an asshole. But I people are just very nice, which is but also I'm aware that I pick songs that go well because when the DJ
And
tells you
you are talented.
I'm aware, I'm getting better at
Okay.
saying this, but also when the DJ says not into the microphone, just to you, "Oh my god, I love your voice," that says something.
It definitely does because
Yeah.
they hear a lot of voices.
Yeah. And she remembered me when I went by last time. I hadn't been in a couple months, but she saw me. She's like, "Oh, it's good to see you again." And I was like,
Mm.
"Thank you."
On the inside, she's like, "One song won't suck tonight.
Exactly.
At least one."
She knows that if I pick an ABBA song, it's gonna be a good time.
Oh, good choice.
Oh, yeah. It's always fun. But I love there's again, it's just continually Cruella calling Maleficent Mal, or even Regina at some point in the episode calls her Mal. I love that that's a canon thing because I always forgot that that was actually in the show.
Mhm.
It's one of those things, like, it happens so much in the fandom space. I'm like, but, her line of, "I told you I told you she'd gone soft, Mal, pay up." Like, it just gives me so much joy.
It also just shows you how close they are actually
Yeah.
as well, like, because you do kinda see, like, alright, these villains are just working together.
Mhm.
Those 3 are very close,
But there's a reason why we called them the polyamorous triad
and it's amazing.
because they basically are.
I'm loving life right now when it
They
comes to
basically
this, like,
are.
it's so great.
Mhm. No. Are we playing too rough for you? The whole episode is just full of too many innuendos from my mind.
So many.
Too many of them. But I do appreciate, especially in that, "Don't be a hero" scene, you can see in Regina's eyes how painful it is to act that
Mhm.
way and not mean it. Because she knows how far she's come. She knows how much she's changed. And she also knows that she used to genuinely be like this. It's like when you see, like, the friends from high school that probably were a bad influence on you and you've grown, but you're still trying to seem like you're cool, but you're really not that person anymore.
Oh, yeah, you didn't have to, like, pinpoint my personality, but thank you.
You're very welcome. I was more pinpointing, like, a lot of tropes out of TV, but it works.
Well, when you start drinking as a teenager and doing drugs and see how you feel when you're completely clean at 31 years old and homeschooling your kids. I mean, talk about left turn.
Right? Well, it's good to go into, Mal the drug addict because that's what we have in this
Yeah.
episode. Although there's also the line of Maleficent happened, and that is her idea of a good time. Uh, the property damage. But we have, Maleficent and her infinite, genius to create literally magical drugs of a single drop of sleeping curse mixed with seawater. Toadstool takes the edge off.
Like, she created that.
Yeah. Well, we out of all 3 of our Queens of Darkness, Mal's is the only backstory that isn't really where the villainy came from, because Maleficent as the
Mhm.
villain is clearly from the very little bit of backstory we get from her. With Ursula and Cruella, we see where, like, they became those villains, but I do understand why Mal's because they wanted to show that relationship with Regina. I understand that. But all we get of her backstory is what happened to you? A rose, a briar rose, the one you put under a sleeping curse, until King Stefan the square jawed undid all my work with true love's kiss. That's all we get.
Yeah, it's like, why did she curse her in the first place?
Exactly. I developed a very overly complicated headcanon based off of that. Um,
Okay.
and truth back like when I was trying to write YA fantasy, I then tried to develop it into some kind of fantasy book. That didn't happen very well. But I tried very many iterations, but I wrote down my best attempt at remembering what my stupidly complicated headcanon was. But basically, especially because Mal's line of "You've had someone taken from you too." She says that to Regina.
Mm.
That says a lot, but we have no context for it. So here's what I have, and this is headcanon, take it or leave it. It's not based in anything but these, like, 3 lines. So the internet's
Take
welcome.
it as you will.
Yeah. So my headcanon is Mal and Briar Rose were in love. They were going to run away together, but eventually Briar Rose gets lured back to her home and spurns Mal. Mal puts her under the sleeping curse with the caveat of true love's kiss being the only thing that can wake her because she believes that she's her true love and therefore will never wake her. But then Stefan wakes her and Mal burns down the forest.
Lauren,
Would that not have made an amazing YA novel? I'm
I
just saying.
need it now.
I'm just saying. Would that not have made an amazing novel?
I need it
And
now.
unfortunately, it only exists in these ridiculously complicated handwritten notebooks that I worked on, was this, like, 7 years ago?
I'm gonna need you to keep that little thing, and when inspiration strikes, just add notes to it from time to time
So here's the thing.
until it becomes a thing.
Here's the thing. I
'Cause,
worked it
oh
into
my
s
god.
I worked it into s I tried so many iterations of that story because I at the end of the day, I do think fantasy with, like, that needs real world building, not say it out loud because that didn't need a whole lot of
Mhm.
world building. Fantasy that needs real world building, I don't have the patience to write that, personally. It's a personal thing. So it may never happen, but here's the thing. So it got we I don't I don't throw away anything. We know this. I throw away nothing. I find new uses
Yeah.
for things. Unfortunately, it got put into another project that's been shelved, but that's a project that I could go back to. So essentially what I did with that story is I decided that in a fictional universe, I finished writing that story. It did really, really well. It got turned into a TV show that main characters from another project of mine were starring in.
Okay.
That's a book that I need to write.
So, I mean, you could do both.
But it's not a put down to say I'm not a fantasy writer.
Okay, but you have me.
This is true.
Who guess who really loves world building?
I'm aware.
Hey, we'll talk later about this one. This
I'll see if I
might be a
I'll see if I can find the old Scrivener files, honestly, because I definitely
dude.
have some things if you wanna read the batshit craziness. I think at some
But
point it's
how much fun of a project would that be
at
together
some
though?
point
Because like,
it
oh
did
man,
shift from YA to adult at some point.
a new adult now exists.
It does now exist. Well, you also run into the issue case of, like, you have the human characters, but there were also dragon characters, and so I did the same thing that I kind of did with Say It Out Loud, where the dragons
Yeah,
are, like even though, like, this dragon looks like a 20-year-old, she's actually, like, 300.
I need this. Damn it, woman, can you? Ah,
So
and
but
I
it's
can't like shake you from this far away because now it's in my head, and I'm like, I need this. This sounds amazing, and I'm already thinking of all these different things. Okay,
let me
let's stick to this. We
we'll
will do this.
we'll talk
And
about
what
this
we're
in the
talking about tomorrow.
yeah, later. I'll see if I can find the Scrivener files. I'm sure I have them somewhere, but
Because that sounds amazing.
is that not a great headcanon?
That is, it's now reality in my mind,
'Cause
as it must be, because if they're playing off the characters as well as like, Regina and Mal going back and forth the way that they are,
yeah,
I could 100% see it that way.
mhm,
And it would make sense because then her love is scorned because it's not just the love of being rejected, it's the love of like, you're not her true love,
mhm,
which is so much worse
yep.
to me than just being rejected because it's like, no, you were never the one to begin with. Oh, damn it, Lauren.
This is my problem in that I'm really good at ideas.
I love that. And it makes me think of pulling from like the original story
Mhm,
of just, the world itself and going very not really high fantasy, more traditional, like
mhm,
what's more Arthurian really
yeah,
is where my brain goes to with that. Like, oh my God.
mhm.
Okay, what else you got for me before I obsess over this for too long?
I mean, there's just the wonderful line of, hope you had fun last night. Last night, yes. This morning, no.
Lies. We all know what she does when she wakes up in the morning.
I'm sure she had plenty of fun.
Oh, yeah.
And then, I need you sharp tonight. For what? More games? What kind of games are we talking about there, Gina? Like,
Just
truthfully,
thinking about it,
this
like,
episode, like, this woman, they have such a good, I mean, it's a kind of case of they have such good chemistry. They're such good friends. Like, I was watching a video before because Kristen presented, like, an honorary award to Lana at, like, it was like a
mhm.
animal rights lover thing. And actually, it was from last year, right after her dog Lola had passed away.
Oh.
But Kristen talking about, like, what it was like to meet Lana that first day, and she's like, "No, the joining," and, like, went back in season 1, like, she's like, joining, a new show, it really does feel a bit like the first day of school, but everyone for your first day of school in the middle of the year, and everyone already kinda knows each other, but, like, to have someone just walk up to you and go like, "Hi, nice to meet you. I'm gonna be working with you. This is where the craft services truck is. That's who you talk to if you gotta, go that way," or, like, "Here's the costume people." Like, having someone that's just so gracious and so ready to help you and play with you, is that sets the tone. And then you have just the two of them are animal lovers. And actually, there's something else I want to show you that I thought was funny because it's photos
Oh.
from it's of Kristen and Lana's dog because it's just, come on, why is it okay? Um, they're just really beautiful photos of because it's a case of Lana knew exactly what was going to happen when Kristen started taking these pictures with Lola. So
Oh my
very, very
goodness.
cute photo. First, it's just Kristen just
Just a jump scare at the bottom of the screen. Oh my goodness.
we're not showing anybody that part.
No, we're not. I'm sorry. Keep going. It was a jump scare.
So she's
Oh.
all very sweet, very loving, and then we just have Lola making out with Kristen's
Oh
face.
god. I'm one of those people too. I can't stand when a dog's licking my mouth. I'm like, "Nope, get away from me." So this is a little nope,
Like,
that's the face you make after that. Yeah.
exactly. But it's in the caption, she says, like, "No, of course I cried as I adore, sweet Lola." But, like, in the sequence of photos, she's like, "This is what shows how fun Lana is. She knew that kiss was coming my way and sat back just taking pictures." 'Cause she knew what
I
was
love
gonna
it.
happen. And it's just they have such a wonderful friendship that comes through in their performance, which is why
Mhm.
we can have these massive headcanons of them having a little more than a student-teacher relationship.
It's I mean, that's a trope, but yeah,
Yeah,
that's a trope.
like the line
I
of,
get it.
"Just you and me tonight, like old times." Oh, yeah, old times, I'm sure, Mel. Like, my notes are so horny, it's so bad. But also, like, that's why in the synopsis what
My
I
notes are so horny. Oh, that's all.
'Cause, like, in the synopsis, what I said was to say, like, basically to protect Regina if she becomes a dragon, because that's essentially what that sequence shows us.
Yeah.
Like, she can't do it, and then Regina fails at saving them. So, I mean, you could take it in the way of she's like, "Well, I guess I'll do this myself now," but it really does come across more of because we know that magic is tied to emotion. So it comes across more of her doing it to protect Regina, and there's also a little bit of blooper brain rot in my head because there's a blooper of that bit of her breaking the rope, and she did it, and it just snapped her in the face, so it's like they're walking away very dramatically, Kristen's very serious, and you have Lana doing that, she just goes, "Ow."
I do also love, like, you're able to show me these cute things behind the scenes and them all being loving, and then once a season, I get to show you the insanity that is the poster for the upcoming season of Bob's Burgers you're about to watch while you just sit there and go, "Is that a taxidermy squirrel?"
See, I'm being nice to you for once.
I really appreciate and I love these lovely moments, but you're about to be tortured, so it's
I'm
even funnier.
yeah, I did consent to this torture, so there's that.
Yes, there is consent here.
Yes. But, let's see, I have one more funny note, and then I'll end us after stats with my
Because we
lesson.
now remember to do
We
stats.
remember to do the stats. But this is what my issue with watching TV at all now is just I just know too much about post-production or just production in general because I've done
Yeah.
a lot of research for various projects for my own edification. And the scene of, Regina and Mal waiting outside the library for the car, it's so windy. The sound of the wind is so fake.
Mhm.
And I'm like, that is very good ADR adding back in the wind sound because I can guarantee you none of that audio that they recorded on their body mics was at all useful.
No, there's no
It
way.
was way too windy. So yeah. So Katie, what did you give Enter the Dragon? I think I have an idea, but just tell me anyway.
It's a 30.
I never would have guessed.
No, I mean Maleficent's backstory.
Mhm.
I get to see a dragon multiple. Like, no,
No. And
no,
she's a sexy dragon in her mob boss outfits.
and the constant like fight flirting.
Yes, the constant fight flirting, exactly.
The constant fight flirting. It's just hard. And then August returns. Like, can I
Yeah.
really complain? This is one of those like bisexual chaos panic episodes because I've
Mhm.
got August returning. Killian's on my screen a lot. I got Mal and Regina together. I'm just
Yeah.
kind of sitting here like melting.
Mhm.
So I can't. I mean, how do I not give it a 30 when it's just so many attractive people in front of me doing wonderful things? I mean, not the kidnapping of the child, but
No, that's okay. Again, no children were harmed in making this episode.
or horses.
Or horses. The horse was fine. But there's
Just go to sleep.
Yeah, he's sleeping for the next 100 years or so. But there is something real special about the line when she finally pisses off Mal of, that Maleficent had a foul temper, and if you insulted her, she'd turn into a dragon and eat your flesh. It's a good thing for you. I already had breakfast. I so wanted to give this a 30.
You didn't, did you?
I so did. But to be fair, I broke my own rules because I couldn't quite give it a 29 either, because that's really, I just enjoy this far too much. So it gets a 29.5. It gets,
Oh my god, you returned to decimal points.
I was so torn on this. So it gets 10s for character and personal. It gets a 9.5 for plot, because plot is where I put in my timeline and pacing issue stuff. Ascent, the whole thing with Aurora. This timeline is so fucked up, and that's not interpretation, because what she says in season 2 is when they say something about how long when she mentions how long she's been asleep, she thought it was a year. Or it was like a year or 2. It was not a lot of time. If Regina is that young, and this is before everything happened, it happened. There's just that. It's just the timeline of that is just a little too fucked up. But also, something that was kept consistent until now is the sleeping cursed must be taken willingly. That's with the apple. That's with David having to prick his finger intentionally and stuff like that. That's with Henry intentionally eating the apple turnover. That's been kept consistent the entire time until Mal literally just force stabs her finger and plops her on the couch. So there's a little bit of that. I just really couldn't let that go. So it does get a 29.5, because I couldn't in good conscience give it a 29. It just doesn't feel like a 29. It feels like a 30, but this little bit just really pissed me
like
off.
tiny little bits, like, crap, I can't.
Yeah.
There's you can't justify it.
No.
Man.
But I know. But now that we have, now that Rumple has revealed himself to Regina, we now have our villainous 5-man band, which I found the analyzing of this really hilarious, because it's not exactly what you think. Because the way that I analyzed it, and it's essentially Rumple is our leader. That makes sense. Regina is still our Lancer, because that's what she was in the Heroic one as well. I put Mal in as the smart guy mainly because she just has the most knowledge out of everybody. Like, she's
clever.
She's clever. She's been around a long time. She has a lot more magical power than the other two, so she really is our smart guy. Ursula is our heart for the most part. She's a very emotional center, which makes Cruella the tank.
No, that completely checks out.
But like,
Cruella's a tank.
Cruella with the knife and the bloodlust, and she was the one carrying Pinocchio in towards the very end. So it's just, that's our villainous 5-man band, and I found that when I came to that, I'm like, oh, this is hilarious.
Like, Cruella is 100% a tank.
She is the muscle. She's the guard dog.
I love her. She is.
She's literally the guard dog. So we didn't see so much of her undressing Robert Carlyle in the background of things in this episode. That's more next week, I want to say, because we're going to see more of them in the cabin. But yes, Cruella is our tank, and just that analogy just makes me so happy.
It's so perfect. Like, this is just, I'm having so much fun right now.
It's such a good time, because we get
such a good, it makes podcast work not feel like work.
Yeah, because it's like, there's moments the show has ups and downs, obviously, and we're in a really good high right now. And it's just, these are really well written characters. They're really well performed characters with like the best casting possible, with actors who just seem to really love each other. And there's nothing else we could ask for out of a performance, quite frankly.
No, it's I mean, I gave it a 30. So
exactly. I would have given it a 30 if the writers hadn't messed something up.
Yeah. See, I don't notice the timeline stuff as much as you do, because I'm not going to. I don't do math.
We're not numbers people.
I don't math.
Exactly.
Thank you all for listening. Join us next time when we discuss Bob's Burgers Season 8, Episode 20, Mission Impossible, and Episode 21, Something Old, Something New, Something Bob Caters for You. Don't forget to like, rate, and follow the podcast wherever you listen so you can be notified every time we publish a new episode. Follow us at OBDYK_pod on Instagram and Blue Sky. And if you'd like to join our Patreon, you can find the link with more details in our show notes.
This has been an episode of Okay, But Did You Know? A TV and media podcast. It was hosted by Lauren and Katie and edited by Lauren.